Welcome back everybody, Max here with Catrol Hunting, and today we're gonna do another junk silver video slash talk a little bit about bullion coins and junk silver coins and what are the advantages and disadvantages, the pros and cons, and why I personally prefer buying junk silver or circulation coinage over bullion coins. So you guys can see we have a nice mix of junk silver here again, so that's my weekly pickup. Today we got a pretty good deal again, even though it was not as crazy as the last deals. I got exactly spot for this lot. I got most of it for a little bit under spot, but then he had a few coins that I really liked and wanted to pick up, so I was willing to pay a little bit extra. Up here we have a bunch of Canadian sterling coins. Those are all sterling silver coins, not the 50%ers like many of those $1 coins of those years. Beautiful coins. We have a 1988 Calgary Olympics $20 coin, which is like a very chunky sterling silver coin. About 25 grams, so it's really heavy and nice. Beautiful finish. All have a proof-like finish. A big fan to get these coins for very close to melt value. Next to it, we have two more of those Finnish Olympic coins. I bought one of those last week. Those are a little bit worse because they're now only 50%ers and a bit more common, but they still have beautiful designs. I especially like this one here with this edgeless design. Huge fan. Beautiful coin. And over here we have a whole stack of German 10 and 5 mark coins. They're all 62.5% silver. Those are just junk silver coins. They're all very common, but I like to pick them up because they have a nice size and they have a nice shine to them. It's also something I grew up with, so obviously I'm a little bit more attached to this stuff. Over here we have a 100 shilling Austrian coin, also somewhere in the 60s, I think 64% silver. Also beautiful heavy coin, happy to pick that up. Then we have, if you guys can see here, we have a Canadian 1964 uncirculated set. It is not a proof set, it's an uncirculated set. I see people saying proof set to uncirculated sets all the time, and this is not a proof set, it's just an uncirculated set. Has the silver dollar, silver 50 cent, silver dime, silver quarter. Also got this at spot price. I paid $30 for the set, which is exactly where you want to be buying those sets. And down here we have some more interesting coins. I mean, those here are pretty common. We have a 5 franc Swiss 1953B. It's just a chunky, nice, high percentage silver coin, 83.5%. Next to it we have 2 Swedish crowns. Those are only 40%, and they develop this like golden patina kind of. I don't know how well the camera will pick this up, but they have a very nice toning to them. Next to it we have a 5 franc 1963, also 80% silver coin from France. Very common, but still a nice pickup. We have 1 US standing Liberty quarter. Very slick. It's a type 2, but we cannot see a date. I checked it under the microscope and the date is completely gone. So just a dateless slick junk silver coin. And then next to it are the coins that I basically included in the deal and paid a little bit more than junk, but it's all very nice coins. I still got them super cheap. This is probably the best coin of the bunch. It's a beautiful 1856 seeded Liberty half dime. Beautiful coin, my first half dime, and I'm very happy to pick it up for this price. It was unbelievably cheap for what it is. I'm super happy with that. Also, we have this beautiful Canadian very early 10 cents coin, 1874 Victorian coin. Very beautiful coin in pretty beat up condition, but I'm still very happy to have it. You don't see those guys very often. We also have another Victorian coin. This is a very early British 3p sterling silver coin. Unfortunately, it has a hole in it. If this thing wouldn't have a hole with it, it would be actually a really good coin and probably around the $30 mark somewhere. But with the hole it's a little bit worse, and I got it really cheap too, and I didn't want to let it go because those kind of coins you just don't find often close to melt value, so I'm super happy to pick this up too. And then we have a bunch of smaller, just regular junk silver coins over here. Another half franc from Switzerland. We have an Australian 6p. We have a few British 3p pieces here and a 10 euro Swedish coin over here. Overall, again, a very, very nice mix, and I like that about junk silver too. To just transition to the topic I wanted to talk about a little bit. I personally am a big fan of buying junk silver and circulation coins. The reason is that you can cherry pick it, basically. Obviously, it heavily depends where you buy your junk silver. If you buy bigger bags of junk silver from one of the big online dealers or from coin stores, you will most of the time actually just get junk silver coins. Those guys usually know their stuff and they will pick out most of the better numismatic coins. But that is not the case if you are a little bit creative where to buy your silver. If you go to scrap metal dealers, flea markets, antique markets, where you have a lot of people selling silver products and silver coins like this, you can actually find a lot of stuff for junk silver price that is not junk silver, especially the international stuff. Of course, in North America, people know a lot about the North American coinage, Canadian, US, all of that kind of stuff. And it is quite rare, but still possible to get good coins from those regions. But especially with the European, British, and overall international coins, the interest here seems to be very, very low, at least if you not buy it online. Online, I see pretty reasonable and high prices for better numismatic international coins. But the tenor I get, or the opinion I get from most of those junk silver dealers, is that they have a very, very hard time selling this stuff. If people collect coins, they most of the time want Canadian or US coins, and I'm not so interested in buying those international silver coins. And that leaves you a lot of room to basically buy those things and find some really, really good coins in there that are much, much higher than silver value, actually. Obviously, all of this has a downside too. It is definitely connected to much, much more effort than just regularly buying online or buying from coin shops and buying bullion products. It also has the other downside that it is very, very much more difficult to actually cash out in the end than bullion coins. Bullion coins are most of the time don't have numismatic value. Of course, some of them do, but the stuff you buy basically for silver investment nowadays doesn't have much of a numismatic value. Also, the premiums are very, very high right now, but you will also get better prices right now for bullion products than you will get for junk silver coins, and especially than you get for international junk silver coins. Selling those is definitely much more effort. If you want to get the full value out of them, you have to sell them online, you have to sell them on eBay, you have to find people that actually want those kind of coins. So it's basically completely up to what your style of stacking is and what your priorities are. If you just want to conveniently buy online and buy bullion coins or junk silver, I think most of the time bullion coins will be your better bet if you do not want to deal with them, if you just want to buy that kind of stuff and put it in the closet and then one day cash it out. Bullion coins are definitely the way to go for you. It is just much, much easier, especially cashing them out in the end, because they are just recognizable everywhere and everybody will buy them to a very, very decent price. And even the buying prices are pretty high right now for bullion coins because the premiums are so high online. But you will definitely not grind extra value out of those. That is definitely the case. You will start your investment at a minus because you definitely will pay premiums on bullion coins unless you get really, really lucky and find them very cheap privately. But most of the time, you will definitely pay a $5 to $8 premium right now if you buy bullion coins, and you will maybe right now recoup those premiums if you sell, but at least to a certain extent because most websites buy bullion coins for $10 over spot right now as well, so you definitely can recoup it right now, but that is definitely not the norm. Usually you do not get prices like this for your bullion coins, so I wouldn't take the situation right now for granted, and I don't think it's going to stay like this. I think we are going to midterm or even short term, when the situation has been a little bit normalized in the world, we will go back to normal premiums. The tendency towards that is already happening. You do not have to put pre-orders in and all of that kind of stuff that we had to do earlier this year. So definitely be wary that those premiums will go down again, and that will definitely influence the price you will receive if you cash out your coins. Um, Yeah, so basically what it comes down to is I think that junk silver coins have more upside, but they also require much, much more effort to deal with them, and you need much more knowledge, and you actually need to be interested and yeah, do your research, put in the effort to get this extra value. And like this, you can actually find coins that are up to maybe 10 times worth 10 times the melt value that you bought for melt value. And that is something that I personally really enjoy doing. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get silver coins very close to melt value, and that is most of the time junk silver, international junk silver, and yeah, weirder mint products like those sterling coins and stuff like this that are not internationally so recognizable as the maples are, for example. Um, totally depends on what your style of stacking is, and yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you learned a little bit here and you understand my reasoning why I prefer those kind of coins. Let's look at this beautiful half dime again. This is just a coin you don't see every day. I'm super happy to find it, and that is how you get rewarded with buying junk silver, because you will find stuff like this eventually if you look hard enough. um, that's it for today, guys. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate that. And hit the like button. And I will see you guys next week with my next weekly silver pickup. And enjoy your weekend.